to rotate the sticks.
Well, that's all. That was
time.
always the most. Yeah, that was always the hottest part of that. When I thrust the stick. I thrust the stick, the right stick, the left stick, forward, backward, all over the place.
Yeah, god damn.
It's like,
Daddy,
damn, Kratos, why 2 sticks? I don't even get how that doesn't even make sense, even lore-wise. I don't even understand. But I love it.
I was talking to my boys about this recently. Would you just take another dick if you could have it? Like if you could just have an additional penis. At this point in my life, I think I might roll for that. Just to see, like, maybe I get, like, a really nice one. You know?
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, it would be in a weird position where it's like is the nice one like in the back or something, or like on your knee?
It's side by side or top and bottom.
Oh,
it doesn't really. It's
but
not
they're
like
both gonna like, you can't just use like, yeah, I don't even.
I've lived up until this point in my life with one dick, and I really don't think adding another dick to the equation could be a bad thing. Like I don't look at that and see
it's
like
gonna be uncomfortable, and I mean,
there's
like,
no loss. There's no loss here. For who? Who's uncomfortable? Who is uncomfortable by me having
what you have
dicks?
to like do twice as much, like, you know, shimmying things around and adjusting, because like, it just, there's so much more that could go wrong. You're introducing a
I could use a challenge at this point. I'm already so good at fucking. I mean, you might as well give me another dick as like a
You have unlocked
sandbag.
sex 2. Congratulations.
This Indian music at the video that we just came in on reminded me of.
I entered another world and unlocked sex 2. I'm leveling up in sex.
I wish.
Two ball sacks? The adventures of a guy with twice as many balls. A certain playthrough of a guy with twice as many dicks and balls as a normal guy. Sex 2, the game.
I hear that this is the worst VRMMO that exists in this world. I, as an aficionado of terrible MMORPGs, has decided to play Double Dick Saga. And
no. He plays a regular game, but then he's like, wait, what's this option here? It's buried in the menu. I bet no one else found it. 2 dicks? What?
No.
He accidentally hits a combination of buttons that enters developer mode, and he's like, wait a second, did they forget to take this out? 2 penis mode? What?
This is because this is
God,
what we
got a report here. We think someone entered 2 penis mode. What? That's impossible.
This
took
is
that out of the game.
If CD Projekt Red weren't such fucking cowards, we could have had 2 dick mode in Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk Double Spunk DLC.
Yeah.
New
Spunk City.
The Indian music that we came in on reminded me of sex tutorial videos that I used to watch on porn websites when I was 13 to learn how to fuck good.
I don't think I ever did that, but I'm pretty sure one time I did Google how to jerk off just to make sure I was doing it right.
And is there anybody got better ways?
Am I just like, because like, yeah, because I'm just totally, you know, I'm totally flying by the seat of my pants here. I could be totally off, you know.
Yeah, it's like everybody really does have to learn on their own, and it's amazing that we all get to the same place.
Pretty
it means
easy
that
to
something's
figure
working.
out. Yeah.
That's really the beauty of
this is God's
the human
plan.
species. This is what brings us all together as different races and creeds, is that we all jerk off the same way. Maybe you're righty, maybe you're lefty, maybe you switch, but at the end of the day, we're all using our hands to make ourselves come. That's really
true, brother.
That's really. I think it's about time that I weighed on in the Israel-Palestine conflict.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's yeah. Dropping thousands of envelopes with that written on it, with little parachutes.
This is also why we need to normalize gooning, because maybe your boy, who you don't look at him and think like, that's a guy who really knows how to jerk his shit, but maybe he's got some fucking techniques that you're not aware of. You know, like maybe he's got some sort of insight.
I still I get it in theory, but gooning is still so confusing to me because I guess the whole idea is to jerk off for so long until you become like a sort of drooling, glassy-eyed retard. But I feel like I get to that point after like 15 seconds. So I'm not really sure what these guys are doing where it takes like 7 hours of jerking off. You know,
they're a little bit more evolved.
To zombify
they're
yourself.
a little bit.
Yeah, maybe you're too intellectual.
They're experienced. They just have seen more than you have.
Yeah.
They're worldly in their ability to nut.
Well,
we're up to a great start here.
Yeah, it's National Run Over a Group of Kids Day because I just went to the gas station to pick up beer, and boy, you don't really take the PSA seriously as a kid, but boy, there's people walking around in some dark clothing, just groups of 4 or 5 kids in my, even in my tiny town. And
that's dangerous because I wouldn't assume that there were kids out even really like walking that much. Like what don't they typically stick to like the neighborhoods? It's like, what are they doing? Because you're in a pretty,
I'm talking like these are like high school kids.
Oh, that's what it was. Where are they going? I don't know. Though?
I don't know. In the gas station, there were a couple of girls. One of them had a tiara, so maybe they just came from a party or something.
Oh, okay.
And then there was just groups of like older teens walking around that you can't really see because they're all in very dark clothes. So if you want to run over a kid, tonight's the night to do it because you can get away with it because you can reasonably be like, I didn't see that little fucker.
Yeah, and plausible deniability, where it comes to like they don't know that you listen to this podcast. That's the really good thing. Is like the thing is that if anybody were to like look for reasons why you did something, this is the last place that they'd look.
Well, I mean,
really nobody.
If they think you're a maniac who runs over kids, and then they look through your web history and they see gang stalking, they're probably a little used to that. Luckily, ours is misspelled, so you can. I think that is a legal defense. You can use that in court, according to me.
He's a psycho, and he's also a moron. He also doesn't even know how to spell gang stalking correctly.
You can claim mental incompetence, but I didn't even know how to write it. It's a different thing.
If you're still listening to us this late into this, this far into us recording this podcast, you can claim it, no problem. Play like, I don't know, an episode from like 2021, and I think you got a clear-cut case of incompetence. It's like you're like, there's no way that you found this entertaining enough to keep listening. So, honestly, this kind of a superpower. Like just listening to this shit. That how could anybody possibly get a fuck? We don't even give a fuck about the things that we're talking about a lot of the time. So how could you be invested? I know.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
I'm invested, because I'm pot committed. It's like, sunken cost fallacy. It's like you got to keep going at this point.
Yeah, it would be silly. You can't afford not to.
Yeah, I wonder how many hours we've recorded this podcast for. How many hours have we spent watching stuff to record about and also recording?
Oh, a lot more. A lot more than recording. I don't know. That would be easy to figure out, but I don't know if I want to know.
I wonder if we should have learned to pull the ripcord earlier on things. Just straight evacuate. When we get to a certain point in the show where there's no entertainment value here, just abandon it and move on. Because honestly, the great thing about the season previews is that there's so much different stimuli. It's like, okay, you watch
on fast. Yeah.
Something that's a dud, you can just keep going.
Yeah.
I just realized what the image you have up here.
The taxidermy squirrel doing a key/line.
What is this?
I think this was for sale on Craigslist or something. I don't know. I saw it in a tweet.
It's adorable. Honestly, if you're a squirrel, is there a better way is there something better to be killed for if you're a squirrel than to be turned into a taxidermy of a squirrel doing cocaine? I don't think so.
That's great. No, I would love that. I would enjoy it.
Yeah. Anything going on? Anything going on that we haven't chatted about?
We were talking about what's going on. I'm continuing I'm still in sandwich mode. I'm making sandwiches. This week it's
Mm,
Italian beef sandwiches, and
very
normally
nice.
this would not be very interesting, but I gotta say it should not be possible to give me meat sweats.
Oh,
Um,
the Italians know how to do it,
I
baby.
mean that's like giving Magic Johnson like VD. That's like giving him gonorrhea. Like, oh, okay, brush it off. But man, that is a real stick to your ribs fucking sandwich. Holy shit, those
Yeah,
things
you're just in
fuck me up.
pain. Just be in
Oh
pain for
yeah.
4 hours.
Yeah, you're like, am I actually like extremely sick? And then you're just like, oh, that was just my body dealing with putting
That
this
is.
sandwich in me.
I'm distressed that I'm now at the point in my life where like I can just eat something and then be like, oh God, am I dying? Like I remember when I could do anything. I was a fucking immortal.
Yeah.
Like
And you
I could
spent
take.
that
I could.
time not eating anything, which is very sad.
I wasted it. I
Yeah.
squandered the prime garbage eating of my life
Mm,
on being a picky eater.
truly.
But the good thing is that we've got certain things do come back. Like they're bringing back Mountain Dew Game Fuel, but in the original flavor variations from when Halo 3 came out. So that's something to look forward to. Probably by the time they're recording the next episode, those will be available. So I'll be
Wow.
crushing a few of those before we record.
Did they just release those? I feel like they put those back out every once. Is there a game coming out? Is something happening? Or just kind of
There,
it's like the
it's a
McRib just
specific. So they have they have different flavors of game fuel over time. If you're a real dew aficionado like
mm,
myself, you'll be aware of this. But this is the original formulation for the two Halo 3 flavors coming back as a tie-in for Halo Infinite because they're doing a Halo 3 expansion for Halo Infinite. I only know this because of Mountain Dew. I don't know this
uh,
because of anything regarding Halo.
yeah.
Now to get off of this dumbass topic that I got us into, but I watched. Did I talk about watching All Quiet on the Western Front?
No, I don't think you did.
Okay, so it's not really about that so much. I watched the new adaptation of All Quiet on the Western Front. It's a technical masterpiece. It's exactly what you think it is. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna feel bad about the fact that World War I happened.
Oh.
Um, is you're gonna feel bad about people dying in the trenches and in no man's land and stuff. It's not that shocking. It's a very good movie. I don't want to diminish its potency as a film, but I watched a far more, I'd say, relevant movie last night. I watched the Five Nights at Freddy's movie
Oh, I've been
because
hearing a lot of people talk about that. Yeah.
Chase wanted to watch it for some reason. Chase, not a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's,
Sure.
just morbidly
He
curious
just wants to
about it.
fuck the animatronics.
Uh, all of them, yeah. Morbidly curious about the movie. Um, so we watched it last night, and I was Googling the budget for the movie. First of all, I was shocked to learn I thought the entire time that the animatronics were CGI. I thought that they had done like CGI Freddy Fazbear,
Freddy
whatever the
Fazbear.
Fazbear, whatever the
And
whatever
then there's
all
and
of
then there's
those
all and then
characters.
there's also Glamrock Freddy. I don't know if he's in this one.
I
I know
looked
these.
at
I
the
know that some.
the
I know
the
some things because of a couple of VTubers that I watch. They like it. I think
I
they're
looked
pretending to be in it. I
through.
don't know if they actually like it. It seems like such fucking shit. I can't even like jokingly like I did nothing about it seems remotely compelling at all. Like
Well, we're
the
just the wrong
lore is just
age.
like so uninteresting. But like what it's like everything is so like the character designs are so like fucking dumb and
No,
boring and
it
gross.
has to hijack your latent kind of like pubescent sexuality. Like there's no you can't as a person who you really had to come of age and like start jerking off around the time that those games were relevant to like moronic 11 and 12-year-olds. Like you really if you miss that threshold, you'll never be invested in Five Nights at Freddy's. Like I just don't think it's possible because there's no content. Like there's nothing there. It's like an
Yeah,
entire game
I
of
don't
jump
even really
scares.
I don't understand how they make the kids horny for the animatronics because it doesn't seem like there's any sexual content. Like at least like when we were kids, they drew the animals in the Disney movies and they made their hips shake around and they sort of gave them like big butts and stuff. Like I don't know what's going on with Freddy Fazbear. and all these other guys.
Well, I
You
think we're
know.
just learning that it's actually like those were merely magnets for sexuality, but the sexuality is there regardless. Like the desire to jerk off to the things you're looking at is latent, and if it's not harnessed into some sort of clearly sexual entity, it will then be spread across anything that's remotely humanoid in in
Okay.
its presentation.
So basically, what
So
you're saying is now that Tumblr's gone, the only thing people are able to just experience uh is Five Nights at Freddy's, and so that's what we'll be jerked off to.
I think that there was a group of kids that were learning to jerk off while their friends they were learning to jerk off with their friends while playing Five Nights at
Yeah, they were at a
Freddy's.
sleepover, and their friends was just like, "I'm
Yeah.
gonna play Five Nights at Freddy's. You watch," and you were like, "I guess I'll just fucking see if I can come."
Yeah, I'll just go jerk off,
Yeah.
or like jerk off
I
kind
won't
of
even
like a
leave the
little bit
room. I'll
away
just
from
sort of
you.
go behind the
Yeah.
couch. Yeah.
Yeah, the sort of unspoken just jerking off around your friends that occurs when you're 12.
People do that. You hear stories.
Um,
Just fucking stroking it to har 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 har.
yeah, so
I think
you
that's what
got
he
the
says.
so I watched the movie. It's obviously worthless.
Yeah.
It's obviously devoid of
Oh, but
merit.
there's so many references and lore references.
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh, but
I
Matt
don't
Pat cameo. Matt
I don't have
Pat.
to I don't have to entertain any of those lines of thought
I think
anymore.
Matt Pat is the only guy who creeps me out as much as the Hot Ones guy, Sean, whatever.
I can just cut through all of these like built-in sort of like they're not it's not even lamp shading. It's like just it's like when they productify a movie to the point where like okay, we have to inject it with these things that make it like I think they learned at a certain point that they're like, if you just inject it with enough like extraneous shit, it's not related to like being a movie. It gives it protections against criticism because it's like, are you going to be the person that's going to criticize the Five Nights at Freddy's movie?
Yeah.
It's like yes, I will be. By
If
the
you
way,
don't like it, then it's not for you. So it's like there's no possible like criticism. If you're just like, what's all this stupid bullshit, and people are just like, that's the shit we like. Shut up, idiot. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like I don't want to say distressing, but it's almost it's annoying. It's annoying where it's like I it's like this thing that exists is immune to any sort of critical evaluation because it exists outside of the realm of like movies as like an art form.
Yeah.
It's just an extension of the Five Nights at Freddy's product, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's worthless. The movie sucks. It's completely incomprehensible too. So like the premise of the movie is I don't know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's like as a franchise.
All I really know is that there's a serial killer and he kills children. And he puts their souls inside the Chuck E. Cheese guys.
So that is what happens in the movie. However, it's all so like there's so many like plot conveniences to have characters related to the kids that are being put into the robot animatronic animals like there it's like oh the brother of one of the kids that was put into the robot is there just coincidentally it's just
Yeah.
like it just happens to be it's not a movie it's not like it's not. Anyway, so the thing that it's not even important to really talk about like what's going on in the movie. The thing that mattered to me was that I looked up the budget for the movie.
I believe it's
So
like, it's Bloomhouse. It's probably like, it's probably pretty. I mean, it's got to be like less than 30 million, right?
so when I watched the when I watched the All Quiet on the Western Front movie adaptation, I got to the end of the movie and I'm like, that is one of the better looking movies I've seen in a long time. I what an accomplishment. I looked up the budget and was floored to see that it was $20 million to make that movie, which is
Wow.
crazy. To make a like an epic war film for $20 million is nuts.
That is pretty nuts.
It also happens to be the exact same budget as the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. On the dot.
Hell
On the
yeah.
dot.
Well, dude, you gotta
Exact.
I mean, you gotta shell out for Matthew Lillard, you know?
I mean, I was also wondering how much. Okay, $20 million already a pretty slim budget.
Yeah.
A pretty slim. How much did Matthew Lillard cost?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is he? $500,000? Is he a millie? Is it cost $1 million to get fucking Matthew Lillard for your movie? Probably not, right?
I maybe not a full mill. I have no idea. I mean, he's like 60.
Fucking wild. Yeah. So I just thought that that was a humorous coincidence that the two movies I watched most recently had the same budget
That was
and I had
53.
such radically different
That is
viewing
that is very
experiences.
funny. Yeah.
The animatronics are. So I thought it was all CGI the entire time. Period. Like frankly, like just straight
I
up.
mean, maybe they were like CGI enhanced or something.
They made all of the puppets, all of the animatronics in the movie are practical.
Yeah.
However, they modeled them so faithfully to the video games
Oh,
that
they just
they
look
look like
fucking
shitty
stupid.
video game
Yeah.
character models. It's like you wasted. You
Because
did it.
if you did it like right, people would just be mad. I mean, they did it the right way. Like the people who like this have not. They're either never going to have taste or they have not developed it yet because they're too young. So it's like anything you could do to salvage this fucking this trash is just going to make people be like, it's not like it's wrong. People are gonna make video essays where they're like, here's 20 things wrong with the Five Nights at Freddy film. And it's like, what? This doesn't look the same as this thing. This actually happened after this because in the game it says it was this year.
Oh God! Oh, kill me! Oh
That's
God! Oh, there's so much
that's
media
just
being
that's
made.
the only, you know, that's people don't even like those games. They just like watching analysis videos on them. You know.
What happened? What happened? What happened? You know what I've been doing is, God damn it, I finished this project I was working on, and I got paid.
You know what I've been doing?
And
Percocet.
I wish. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I bought the fucking new Mario Brothers game.
Oh yeah.
God damn it, it's so good.
I saw a
it's
little bit of
so-
that. It seems very like the visual style is like weirdly like it's like over bright and kind of cluttered, but then like it's doing all this silly stuff that seems so it's hard to do, you know, whimsical and silly, but it looks great.
It's a fucking delight.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a goddamn treasure.
Yeah.
It's also, I can't believe how quickly it actually gets hard, which
Oh,
is what
nice.
the girls say about me
Ayo.
when I'm following them back to their cars
when
in the
we're
grocery store parking lot.
yeah, when we're sitting you know, at the park, we're sitting
When
at the
we're sitting
playground.
watching, when we're playing Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
And it's a delight, and I was talking to one of my friends who has younger nieces and nephews, and their nephew doesn't play Mario. They just watch videos of other people playing Mario,
Yeah.
and it's like I know this is the most fucking boomer like perspective ever, but it's like it's really true. Why can't people just experience things for themselves anymore? Like, why does everything have to be funneled through this prism of other people experiencing it for you? Like, why do people watch entire playthroughs of games?
The thing is,
you know,
if you're keeping up, you know, with a streamer, you just get FOMO if you don't watch, you know, if you don't watch the latest video. So you're kind of just killing two birds with one stone. You're watching that.
But it's not even like just like a streamer. It's like they'll just watch a bunch of different playthroughs of the same game. It's like they'll just watch. It doesn't that fucking wig you out a little bit? Like, I don't know. I know I'm a fucking boomer. I know I'm too old. I know that everything's passed me by. Like, I know that all of this is completely goddamn normal, and I know that like this is how all media fucking develops all the time. So there's not even a point of even fucking talking about it. But it's like people used to watch and consume media or read books or play games for the purpose of getting fucking entertainment out of the thing that they're watching without it being tied into a billion other goddamn fucking things all the time. It's like you could just sit down and watch a movie and they would give you a story and you'd come out on the other side and be like, wow, that self-contained piece of entertainment had value, you know, and now everything's fucking so caught up in bullshit. It's all tied into each other, and I'm old, and my fucking knees hurt, and I can't eat foods that I want to eat.
My tummy's rumbling all the time, and I'm fucking pissed off about these goddamn movies and video games.
Yeah, fuck me. Oh God. Anyway, you know what not pissing me off is that Mario game. That Mario game's fun as shit. I was on the fence because I'm like, I don't want to spend $60 on a video game because I have not done that
single player video game. Yeah.
I have not spent $60 on a video game in probably since Metal Gear Solid 5 when that came out. That was probably the last game I bought as it came out at $60. And worth every fucking penny. I'm having an absolute blast with it, and I will not have anything interesting to say about it at all, other than it's fun and I like it, and that's okay. So anyway,
that's good. Oh yeah, that is something that happened to me. I you know, when I go grocery shopping, I always get a sub. They were out of subs last time I went, so I got.
Oh no!
Here's some advice. When the grocery store little container of Chinese food is on sale, that does not speak highly of the quality of the Chinese food contained within. That, I think that did something to me. I don't know what it was. It wasn't like a full-on stomach bug, but that fucked me up for a few days. That was bad.
I just got a bunch of frozen orange chicken that was really good.
Ooh.
So I don't know what they were doing wrong there in that deli section, the old Weggies, but that's rough.
Frozen was the problem. Yeah.
They left it unfrozen for too long. We got to get this shit out the door.
I know.
Our margins.
Also, another thing. This was great. Great thing happened to me. I'm feeling like a constant euphoric relief because I solved a great mystery. At some point, it must have been like a year ago. I don't know how I got this in my head, but I must have just woken up and I had this like guitar riff. I had a song stuck in my head, but it was just like the opening few measures.
No kidding. Okay.
And it drove me insane. And I could not think of what it was from because there was no lyrics. You know, I couldn't like search for it at all because it's just guitar. And I was thinking it must be an anime opening because that's pretty much all I know, you know. And it sounds exactly like one. And I went crazy, and it's just been occasionally in my head, and I'm like, God, I have no idea what the fuck that was. And finally, I'm scrolling Twitter, and I see a video of George Bush Sr., and it's when he was at the baseball game and he's in the wheelchair and he's holding the baseball and he's just holding it, and then at one point he holds the baseball up triumphantly, but his face doesn't fucking change at all because his brain's just totally gone, you know?
Yeah.
And it was playing the song, and I was like, holy shit, finally. So I Shazammed it. It was Today by Smashing Pumpkins.
You could have hummed this to me at any point. I would have.
I was too embarrassed because I was like, what if it's something gay? I don't know.
It ended up being gay anyway. That's okay.
Doesn't it sound like an anime opening though?
Is the gayest
yeah.
I've ever done. Yeah. Oh, that's a rough one to have.
Because you can imagine.
The algorithm has really just like decided that I'm straight on a fucking early 2000s, 90s fucking butt rock bender.
I mean, are you not?
No, I'm here for it. Like, I'm down with the decisions that they're making for me. I never even listened to Deftones, and now I'm listening to Deftones at the gym. This shit rocks. It's fucking
Oh yeah.
awesome. I'm having a blast. I listen to fucking Rob Zombie. It's like, this is great.
Yeah.
Uh, um, uh, I'm gonna go refresh my barrage, and then we can maybe start talking about some anime. Unless you got
Mm-hmm.
more stuff to be talking about.
No, I don't think so. We can
Okay.
do it here.
All right, do it to it, bro.
Yep.
Like in the extremely goofy movie.
It is just like that. Why is my cat meowing? Kitty, what are you doing? What's the matter? Hey, come here. Or at least shut up. I'm recording a podcast. She shouldn't be in the basement. Yo, Stacy. Oh yeah.
Student body president, I just want to say, like, yay to all of us for a really neat year.
Yo, Stacy! Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, baby!
I would play the Smashing Pumpkins song, but everybody already knows it, and it would probably that's probably the type of song where you play for 5 seconds and you instantly get fucking whatever struck. You get internet punished. What's the first show? Oh yeah, this one. Oh yeah, this one. This guy is the gayest guy I've ever blown. What did he say he was doing? Folks, please stand by. We ask that you stand by at this time. I need more OSTs to use as... I really gotta at some point learn that I can actually film. I'm always like, I'm sitting here all day and I'm like, God damn, I got so many thoughts. That's why I need a podcast. I could riff on anything, dude. I could fucking talk all day. Turns out, no. When you try to actually talk, your head's empty. At least mine is. How about you? I need more OSTs so I can play some waiting music. What's going on in the Lucky Star? Oh, is that the OST? No, I only have the character singles and the opening. I don't know why. Why? What other Pokemon OST? How about this one? Oh, this folder's taking a while. Hopefully my PC stays running throughout this episode because my Explorer, I just can't load folders at this point. There's a problem. Oh, there we go. How about what is this? Pokemon? How about this one?
All right.
That's hardcore. Hey.
Oh shit! Hold up. Headphones are fucked up. All right, there we go.
Okay. Fixed?
Yes.
Thank goodness. Okay. This is part 2 of Fall, by the way. Fall anime. First show is Migi to Dali.
Yes.
You didn't watch MF Ghost, right?
No, because you
Okay.
did not.
Right. This is a manga by the Sakamoto-san lady. It's a lady. Geek Toys. Got this lady dying in the snow here. It's 1989 for some reason. And this show's about, at first you're like, oh, it's about this really weird sort of gay, twinkie, theatery kid. Similar character as Sakamoto-san. I remember just like everything he did was just like weirdly perfect,
Yes.
And
Flamboyantly perfect.
Yeah, but this one in a much creepier way. He's always barefoot. He just has this weird fucking like Bishonen taken up to fucking 13 face, and it's just I don't like it. And then the opening gives away that there's two of them. I didn't even, that would have been maybe an opportunity to like reveal that in an interesting way, but just like in the opening, it's like, hey, there's two.
Just real quick, apropos of nothing.
Mm.
Did you watch Parasite?
Yeah, I watched all of Parasite.
No, the movie, the Korean.
Oh, no. I don't.
Oh,
no,
oh man.
No.
Oh man. Oh, you gotta watch that. That shit whacked. That's one of the best movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Damn.
So, it's a absolute masterpiece. Anyway, actually, yeah, probably one of the like 25 best movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyway, not necessarily. It's tangentially related to some of the content of the show. Go on.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm waiting for it. So yeah, it's they're foster kids, twins, and they get themselves adopted by this equally creepy. No one in the show is like human. It's two. I guess they're supposed to be some kind of whites. I don't know if they're in America or what, but they occasionally say English words. It's the older couple, and they're just this very like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like they're very uncanny valley, the way they act.
They're like impossibly like they're like impossibly like perfect and impossibly like naive. Like it's like they're like Norman Rockwell people. It's like they're people that have never actually existed in this world before. Where it's like, oh, we're an elderly couple that was without children and we're going to adopt, as if anybody who would do that isn't super fucked up. You're adopting people in your 60s? It's like, what are you doing? It's like fucking weird ass motherfuckers. Anyway.
Yeah. There's just no like human anchor here. It's all so off-putting. The music is creepy too. I get on some level the twins are supposed to be like kind of weirdos or freaky. Obviously they're some kind of like they're kind of sociopathic. But why are the parents also so weird? So they're pretending to be one guy. Why? Oh, wait, also I didn't even think about this. Why?
So the why is the real driving force behind watching this, where it's like, why do these kids that are like perfect, like they can,
or they can pretend to be perfect? Yeah.
Right. But outwardly, both of them are capable of pretending to be perfect. They're twins. They're attractive.
Yeah.
They're like, they would get adopted as a set, no matter what. Why would they
don't even let you separate pets when like two dogs or two cats that are siblings. They're like, you have to adopt them together. It's like, you think that you can't separate twins. I mean, maybe theoretically you can. But I have to imagine 99% of cases twins are getting adopted together. Is
this wealthy family that's thinking of adopted really going to be put out by the fact that there's two perfect boys?
Yeah, we can only take one perfect boy. Sorry, we have to leave behind one perfect boy.
You're two perfect 13-year-old boys that we can basically leave to their own devices. Like, all of the things that they do throughout the course of this show would be completely normal for two boys to do together. It's like, why do we have to go through this? You've got a screenshot up here of when they switch seats at dinner, which I have to say, it's kind of like where a lot of the enjoyment of this show is from, is that it is so committed to this idea that it just invents situations to do ridiculous shit. It's like it just comes up with, like, I don't know. I kind of found myself being charmed by it, because like by the end it's like none of this makes any sense at all. But the show does not wink at the audience for a second. There's no sort of like, we understand that this is clearly ridiculous. We understand the dark humor behind all of this. It presents this as like without changing the tone at all. There was no punchline. There is no, like, it's like, we get it. It is just straight up presenting these ludicrous situations where I think we have to explain this one for our listening audience, which is they're sitting at the dinner table, and because there is only supposed to be one boy, the other boy has to hide underneath the table to eat at dinner. And rather than just like sneaking scraps underneath the table, you know, the way that you would do in any other kind of
Yeah.
story, instead they have this extremely convoluted way of swapping seats
They
that
do
they have
this like
developed.
acrobatic, like yeah, fucking trick where they grab each other's hands and like use it. Just one launches the other. It's just insane.
I found it charming. It's like you invented a solution for a problem that did not exist. It's
Yes,
like
everything that's happening here is a solution looking for a problem.
I liked it. I don't think it's very good, but I just have to like acknowledge the fact that this is wild and I've never seen anything like this before. And I found some kind of dark humor in it, you know.
I didn't like it. It gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Completely
Uh,
understandable. Yeah.
and I don't understand why they have different voices. And there's a part where one of them is talking for the other one, but he's in a different part of the room, but the lady doesn't notice. She just thinks it's him talking. Yeah. My final note is ew.
Yeah, it's off-putting and weird, but I like that about it. I've never seen anything like it, so it gets credits for that, props for that.
I guess. Next, Paradox Live, the animation. This is a media mix project created by Avex Pictures and G Crest, animated by Pine Jam. I said, I bet this has got some boys. Boy, does it. I like that the club they're in is called the Razzle Dazzle. That's such such a great Japanese name for a club, because like the phrase razzle dazzle here, you know, in English land is like pretty much all negative and just associated with hucksters.
Well, it's kitsch.
And
Razzle dazzle is kitsch. It's like
yeah, it's old and corny, and it's used by people who are like a bad magician who would say razzle dazzle. You know.
Yeah. Razzle dazzle has not been taken seriously since the 50s.
Yeah, I know.
And here they are, and it's the height of entertainment.
And it's written in like this cyberpunk font, and it's the razzle dazzle. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, it's Idol show. It starts. There's a scientist. He's like, look at my fucking cylinder of green goo. So he's doing something. They do really bad like boy pop with a lot of silly English lyrics. There's a really annoying cat devil mascot character. Oh, I hate this little fucker. Oh my god, he sucks. He's so annoying.
Oh yeah, because they couldn't even fucking draw him. It's like he's just.
No, that's not simple enough. That's too complicated. We got to CG.
Do we talk about the terminology of this world? Where it's like we have so it's a musical movement within hip hop called Phantom Live.
Oh,
where,
right. So it's a future club. They're performing, and you're like, okay, it's a future club. That's why they got like holograms and stuff flying around. Like the concerts are enhanced with technology. And then they explain to you, oh no, they're not holograms. They're group hallucinations that are created by rapping while you have some type of metal on your body that's a newly discovered type of metal that's magic. Great. Got it. That's necessary. We need to have that in the show.
It doesn't even God, they spend the fucking last 12 minutes of this just introducing characters. Like, it's one of my least favorite tropes in any of these shows.
There's so many characters. So yeah.
And they all look the same, and I can't tell you. Okay, I will throw this out there. There was one thing about this that interested me, and not in a way where it's like I'm genuinely interested in where the show is going, but I was interested more in like a. Now that I think about it, you don't see this very often, which is that these were mixed pop groups where you'd have men and women in the same group. That's the only thing I
Yeah.
can point to as being unique about this. Is
I
like,
mean, I
how
feel like it's
often do you see
mostly dudes. There's the one, I think, main group that's 2 guys and a girl. That's a devil's threesome.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can point to as being unique or interesting about this, other than I guess, the absurd corniness of this.
Oh, yeah. At one point, I did write, Doctor, turn my cringe inhibitors back on. Doctor? Doctor! Doctor!
Worf, we need to raise the cringe fields.
Yeah. And then at the end, they're almost late, but they show up in a helicopter, and then they sing a really bad song.
Oh, I don't remember any of that.
And they
That's
said
gone.
we the best in the song.
I have to say, shout out to a lot of the stuff that I watched this episode for really
Shout out
letting
to all those shows I watched.
shout out to all the shows that I watched this time around for letting me think about other things. Because it's nice. It's nice for
nice
for
reflective
when a show,
time.
yeah, where you just zone out and you realize that you haven't paid attention to the last 10 minutes of media that you've been watching, and you're like, oh shit,
It's
I'm oh yeah, episode's ending. Yeah, it's great. Next.
Nope. Yeah. How about Shy? Manga adaptation by 8-Bit. War is all over. Yay.
Hell yeah.
Says right there. Yeah. And then after it's because of it's because superheroes showed up at some point. I think every country has one superhero, it seems like.
Convenient.
And Japan's is a shy, nerdy schoolgirl. How appropriate. Isn't it perfect?
About right.
And so she's shy, and she does announcing at those live Sentai shows they have at amusement parks there.
Yeah.
She's not good at it because she's very shy, and she has this weird floating shrimp thing as her partner. Her hero name is Shy. I forget her. She has a normal-ish Japanese name that I forget. She rescues a bunch of people on a roller coaster, but then the very last person, she's taking her sweet fucking time, by the way. I was like, you really should hurt. She's placing everyone down very gently and then patting them on the shoulder, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna put this one on that bitch. I'm gonna put this one on that bitch because she asked for this. She literally.
Oh, you're talking about the girl on the roller. I mean, but it would have been someone no matter what.
No, it wouldn't have. If she had just let her pull her down, I think she gets there with enough time. I think that interaction took up enough time from this.
Oh,
people saving.
You're getting really technical. It's the conversation where she was
at the moment, literally as that conversation was happening, I'm like, first of all, who the fuck are you to tell this superhero to do their job? Second, why are you throwing a fucking wrench in the fucking gears here? So there's a roller coaster that's going. It's a loop-de-loop, and the cart gets stuck at the top of the loop. And the superhero girl who was there, presenting, announcing for this superhero presentation at this amusement park, goes to save the day. And this fucking cunt thinks that she fucking knows better and tells her, it's no, take everybody else before you take me. It's like, bitch, I'm in a fucking time crunch here. Don't talk to me while I'm trying to save people from peril. It's really not that perilous of a situation to begin with.
Normally that really wouldn't be that big of a deal.
No, it's farcical that the series of circumstances that have to occur from there for where somebody would be, seriously injured is pretty absurd, but we'll allow it. But why are you getting in the way of her saving people? It's save other people first. It's first of all, you're a fucking 14-year-old girl. You're the first person.
Yeah, you need to be a hero here. Yeah.
It's let the obese man in the back of the fucking cart be the one to be save other people first. It's I don't know. Anyway, I kind of went on this tangent.
Save everyone first. I have glaucoma.
I've got heartburn. Because
I'm not gonna make it. Yeah.
I have an Italian beef sandwich earlier, and
I had a fried Snickers. Take everyone else first.
This is honestly kind of relieving for me, for the gas to be at the bottom of my stomach.
Yeah, I think it's This will help me hurl. But she really does. I still think she takes twice as much. She takes her sweet fucking time rescuing everyone on this coaster, and then the very last one, the girl who wanted to stay up there. the coaster just kind of goes back down, but somehow going the opposite direction gives it enough inertia to just fly off the fucking tracks. And she saves it, but you're like, oh no, this is the impetus of, she let someone die, and then the next scene is like one person is in serious condition, and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, she's really going through. She's getting Gwen Stacy'd in the first episode. It's like
Yeah.
she and not even full Gwen Stacy. It's like by the end of the episode, it's like, she's at a critical condition, and you did your job super good, actually. And no, you've actually caused no deaths at all, so you haven't really had to actually deal with anything. It's just, it's superhero tropes. It's just a bunch of superhero tropes, but instead it's a cute shy girl instead of a cute shy boy
Who's
from Queens.
Shy. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a drunk Russian hero lady who visits her and gives her advice. There's a shonen boy who likes her a lot that she keeps rescuing. I'm not gonna say anything.
The only thing
that
I got for this show is that I like the character designs a lot. I think
Calc
that
says gay. I don't know what part is
I
gay.
agree.
Yeah, I agree. Whatever you're talking about, I agree. It is gay.
I think that the character designs are nice. I like the design of Shy. I like the design of the Russian superhero girl. I think that they look good and genuinely kind of unique. But not really much going on in the way of stimulation. Doesn't really do much for me intellectually, which is what I watch anime for, of course. Because I'm not some sort of hedonistic animal.
There's a really funny shot of a baby flying out of a window.
That is quite funny.
It's so funny. It's like, oh no, not the baby now. Oh fuck. It's like reaching out, like, no, don't let this happen to me. I'm a baby.
The baby comprehends what's going on.
No. Oh fuck. Oh my god, that's such a funny shot. Yeah, they go to space, and then the almost dead girl who almost died is her new Krasumeto at the end. So that's it's not that bad. I don't know, it's whatever.
There's nothing going on. There's nothing new or interesting here. We're just hitting the tropes, baby. We're just slamming our way through them superhero tropes. No effort.
I like the girl. The girl's okay.
Speaking of no effort, oh fuck, here we go.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, yeah, we can make it through this. But boy, yeah, I knew.
Holy shit! Oh my god, we just talked about the last interesting thing that we had to talk about the entire episode. No.
What?
Oh no.
What are you talking about?
All right, go. Okay.
Toaru Ossan no VRMMO Katsudouki, a playthrough of a certain dude's VRMMO life. I was like, that title. I was like, what? What does that even mean? Light novel, Maho film. I mean, I knew going into just looking at the promo art, just the title, I was like, okay, this one's gonna be rough. So I wasn't really that surprised.
They couldn't even break out the A game for the poster. It's like they couldn't shade the characters on the poster.
No.
Just flat images, no dynamic range of any kind, just no contrast. Fucking fuck. Okay.
Yeah, this is what I thought Konosuba was going to be based on its first promo art, because I remember that was bad. This is about a guy, he's 38, meaning obviously it's so over, so he plays video games. He goes into the video game, there's a mean gold guy, and then he cooks a steak. I wasn't paying much attention. I mean, I don't even, who even fucking knows? He cooks a steak, he cooks a bunch of steaks.
The mean gold
he talks about
the highlight of this.
Why? He's just a bully. It's just another one of these bullies.
I appreciate how straightforward it is. Because it's not even like it's just like you have this glistening golden god who's dunking on our protagonist, who I'm supposed to obviously hate. Like, I don't have to think about anything.
Yeah, the guy's just talking about all of his levels and all of his XP, and then this fucking Adonis comes up and is like, "Fuck you, bitch, nerd." I
really
hate you.
appreciate another show to shout out that super not really required me to think about anything that's going on. Like I was thinking about like what I want to get from the grocery store next time that
Yeah.
I need to go get groceries. I was thinking about how do I want to prepare the food I'm making later in the day. Like
Oh,
just
look at
things
this!
like that.
Look at this character design, though. We got red guy, we got blue girl. I like how everything on him is red, but just like slightly different reds. And then we got blue lady with the mage staff.
Okay, I do have one thing to say about Red Guy. So, ferociously, is ferocious a word? I just
No, what? Yeah, wait. You said that so confidently. I didn't even question for a second. I was like,
for this
wait,
ferocious and horrendous,
or voracious maybe. Like
I don't know. I'm gonna stick with it. Horaciously.
That's of or relating to Horatio. Voracious.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, we're getting Shakespearean here. It's kind of working a little bit.
That's not true. I just made that up.
No, it's actually kind of working a little bit.
Okay.
No, you could probably make an argument for it because it is the best friend character. Maybe he dies at some point. Anyway,
Possibly, yeah.
Horaciously unfunny, unfunny character. But I like the premise of the character, which is that he is a guy who's in this VRMMO for the sake of yucks. He's only there to yuck it up and make jokes he's about goofing. And he sees a guy in this MMO creating ridiculous circumstances. Now, Red Guy himself, not funny. Doesn't say anything funny. But I appreciate the fact that he's appreciating that the main character is doing things that are unintentionally funny. And I think that I can relate to that, where it's like, there's something about it's almost like was it Windy City Heat? What was the fucking thing that we watched?
Yeah, that's right.
It's kind of like that, where it's like oh, I appreciate you in the way that it's like you're a moron that is like unintentionally funny. Let's hang out, like I get that. Only thing about this entire show that I liked at all, obviously, because it's another VRMMO, as I explained in the last episode, my least favorite of the isekai type shows. Hate it.
Understandable.
Impossible to get invested in. Go on.
I just liked this shot of these very off-model NPCs. That was really that was the last thing I really wanted to say. I love these guys. Like, look at this lady. Love her face right here. That's such a funny face.
Oh, this is something I was going to bring up in the last show. So whenever they had a wide shot in what the fuck was it, Shy, they would just not fill in the eyes at all, which
really?
is like, it was kind of weird. It was like I mean, they'd drawn the rest of the characters to like a reasonable degree, but they just didn't fill in the eyes, and I thought that was off-putting. Just put some dots at least.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's a perfect example. That's one of the shots that really freaked me out. It's like, put some dots in there. Like, what's going on? I don't know.
I know, yeah.
It looks wrong. It looks like unfinished.
Yeah. Interesting choice.
Oh, you got more shit from this VRMMO show. No, we're done with this.
I think we're done. Oh, they make some bow and arrow, and I wasn't really paying attention. Boo.
Who gives a fuck?
Boo.
Waste of time.
He fights a guy in the fucking cyber zone here.
People spend 12, 16-hour days, 7 days a week for months to make this bullshit to happen.
Sad.
This bullshit that nobody gives a fuck about. Is this adapted from something? Is this
yeah, like I said, it's an LN light novel.
Light novel, huh? Oh, yep. I mean, that's the absolute bottom of the barrel. Like, you really gotta be fucking depressed as shit if you're going to the bookstore to pick up new copies of the LN for this thing. It's like I wanna read about a guy who cooks in a VR. Fucking play a video game, you fucking loser.
Maybe it's written in a really funny way.
It's not, I'm sure. I'm sure any of the humor would have gotten it come across. Yeah, anyway. So we should go fuck Japan senseless. Really, that was another thought I was having while I was watching this. Is like, are they not angry enough about the fact that other dudes can go there and fuck their hoes? To get
No, but
shows
you can't though. No one can fuck their hoes, dude.
I can go and fuck those.
You're not gonna. No,
I
you
can
can't fuck,
go
you
there and fuck
cannot
those.
fuck a Japanese woman. No.
I absolutely
No
can.
way.
I can get there.
Absolutely
I can
not.
make it. I can swing it.
Nah, dude.
Why are you hating right now? Why won't you let me go there?
I
and fuck
don't.
those?
Why this is like there's just a few things you can't do in Japan. You're not gonna pick up women. You're not gonna find drugs. You know, that's really it. You can't get jerked off. You can't get a prostitute. They don't let you.
All right. Shit. Okay. Incognito here. How to fuck Japanese bitches. Fuck Japanese. Can foreigners fuck Japanese women?
Is it allowed?
Keep going. You can talk about the next show.
Okay.
This topic.
The next show is Watashi no Oshi wa Akuyaku Reijou. I'm in love with the villainess. Talk about deja vu. I was like, is there seriously not been a show with this title yet? Because, you know, this genre has been popular lately. There's at least one or two per season.
We've seen, I think we're three for three over the last 3 seasons.
Oh, for sure. At least 3 seasons.
Actually, Google search came back positive. I can fuck Japanese women, by the way.
All right, well,
I got the confirmation. I'm allowed to do it.
Agree to disagree.
They actually asked me to come. They actually asked me to come there so I could fuck them. So.
Okay. Well, they actually sent me a fax that said not to let you come and to discourage you.
They said to ignore the fax because who the fuck uses faxes 2023?
Well, Japan does. That's actually where most of their more formal communications take place via fax. Actually.
See, that's the thing is that's why nobody's. That's actually
in Japan.
That's actually why nobody in Japan's getting any bitches is because bitches know the fax is outdated as hell, and they actually asked me to come to the Super Mario World theme park that they have there so I could fuck them on the Toad ride. They wanted to taste my American mushroom on the Toad ride, and they actually paid for my tickets, so I'm gonna go there next week. So don't even try to contact me. So
actually Shigeru Miyamoto just sent me a text right now, and he said, please do not let anyone have sex on my Toad ride. We made that special.
That's funny because I'm actually betrothed. I'm betrothed to Shigeru Miyamoto's daughter, Shigeru Miyamoto, and I'm gonna fuck her on the Toad ride.
He just sent me another text and said, especially if it's my daughter, don't let him fuck anyone on the Toad ride.
Did he specify the name of which daughter? Did he say specifically Shigeru Miyamoto? Because if that's the case, then I have to defer to him because he's Shiggy. He's the goat.
He just sent me a text. He said mainly he meant Yukiho, but also her. Either one.
Why does he keep naming his daughters Ho? Is the question that I have to ask.
Those are just names. Just normal Japanese
Miyamoto.
names.
I mean, hitting her with the double Ho status.
Miyamoto.
That's fucking fucked.
I think Miyamoto likes you.
I had to pick. I had my pick of the litter. It shows. Anyway, go ahead.
Light novel, Platinum Vision. So it's one of these shows, but it's Yuri. Well, actually, I was like, at first, I was like, is this Yuri? Because in the title, Oshi just means like, kind of like favorite. We don't have like a perfect translation for this in English, but like when someone is your Oshi, that's like the inverse of like biggest fan. Basically, it's like the person you are the biggest fan of. I think, except not really fan. It's just like the one
you support them. You stand them. You support them. Yeah.
Stan is it's a good So I was like, this is, translating it as I'm in love with the villainess. Is like, I was like, this is another example of fucking Westerners. They take something Yuri and they fucking try with like undertones and they try to make it like explicitly like homosexual, and then in the first 30 seconds and then in the first 30 seconds she runs up and tells her that she loves her, and I was like, okay, you got me there, you got me on that one. I guess it's kind of a moot point. It doesn't really matter.
I was wondering if you're gonna try to be a hater on this one. I was wondering if you're gonna be a hater because all of us want the girls to fuck, so I don't know, like
I don't
what
I don't
angle
mind
you
when
take.
I don't mind when girls fuck. I think it's cute that they practice like that. But my main my, my main problem.
Oh, I almost died there. I was
Did you have a mouthful of liquid or something?
I sure did.
Oh, it
Fuck
sounded
me.
like
Oh,
you did.
that was a fight for my life.
Oh shit.
Oh God, I was like, somebody notify my next of kin. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Ethan died. He inhaled a bunch of whatever.
Was it over a good?
Laughing
Was
at,
it for a
laughing
good
at lesbians?
purpose? Yeah.
It was. Yeah, he died doing what he loved.
I'm mirthful. I'm a mirthful individual. They would understand.
Jolly, absolutely jolly.
Yeah.
So, it starts out. I don't like the way the writing in the opening gyrates. The letters so I was like, there's this opening scene where she's like in the game, and I was like, wait, it doesn't explain. Is she in the game or? And then it explains it. It's like, okay, yeah, she's just playing it, and then she just kind of teleports, easy peasy. So she's probably just like dead or whatever. And then she just kind of goes for it right out the gate and just starts being like a crazy stalker for this Ojo-sama with the drill hair, who does the Ojo-sama side laugh with the hand and everything. And basically just the rest of the episode is just kind of her being this willing punching bag masochist, and the princess or whatever lady is weirded out by it and tries to bully her more, but it doesn't work. And that's kind of it.
Pretty boring now.
And then it's
Just-
like,
just
also
like,
there's magic. Oh, okay. I guess there's magic too in here in the school. They're in the school.
Just pretty boring. Just like doesn't like go anywhere.
It's
or do
kind of
anything.
one-dimensional. Yeah, it doesn't look
Yeah.
great. I didn't, just like the art style is kind of plain. Yeah, it didn't really. It's just it has the one bit, and it's kind of like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah, just like been there, done that. I guess the idea of her being like a masochist is supposed to be the flavor element, and it's just not enough. Just really one note, kind of like there's nowhere to go from here. Like there's no.
There are dude characters, but they don't seem they seem inconsequential, and also you can tell these dudes were designed by someone who is not interested in the dudes, at least for this series.
Yeah, they
It's
show
very
us about
plain
her
looking.
wanting to bash clans with this Ojo-sama.
Mhm.
So like, there's nothing.
But it's
here.
not even really. It's just kind of them. If it were like an actual romance, I think that would be more interesting. It's just more just like a gag comedy.
All of my sexual experiences have been gag comedies, so I think we
Ew.
shouldn't come down on that. Yeah, this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're in the trope zone here, huh? Just like zero. I mean, like,
I
genuinely,
like tropes. It's just sometimes you don't do enough.
I mean, Migi to Dali was the most interesting thing from this batch, and it's like, even that's just like kind of fine. Okay, let's keep going. Let's move to Buck Breaker. Let's move on
Yeah.
to the real highlight of
Breaker.
the season.
Yeah. Bullbuster. Good name, Bullbuster.
The
Is
promo
that-
art for this had me kind of excited. I thought this was going to be because they've got like the thing where they got warning tape all over everything. It's like the art looks sharp and nice. It's like studio nut, which is the sign of quality, as we all know.
They actually do pretty good. Yeah, no, I like Studio Nut. Yeah, do you think they get the wordplay? Like, did they actually dig into English slang enough to do a play on Bullbuster?
I think this is sheer coincidence. I think this
That's
is a level
amazing if true.
I think this is a level of innocence that can only be attained by the Japanese people. I think this is pure Nihon innocence on naivete on full display. I don't think that there's any sort of understanding of Bullbuster because there's no illusion to it. There's no edge. Like there's nothing to this.
Well, he does kind of get his balls busted because he keeps trying to do robot stuff and stuff keeps getting in his way. So it is kind of ball busting in that sense.
It's a stretch.
It would be genius if it's intentional, but yeah, I think you're probably right. But that's amazing that they just kind of happened upon that name. That's the best part about this. The rest of it's kind of just like, I mean, whatever. This show starts out. There's already too much going on. You're like, okay, there's like this weird, ugly dump truck mech, and also this really dumb looking monster. Don't introduce bulldozer mechs and big golem monsters at the same time. I'm not going to know what's going on, okay? I can only keep one thing in my brain at a time, all right? Don't give me two things I need to absorb in my head. And then the OP starts playing, and it's like business stuff. It's like company stuff. You know, you're like, oh, wait, why? What? And our main character, he's a robot designer. He designs a new robot. He's unveiling it. And while he's unveiling it, there's an emergency. And he has to pilot the robot. But before he can pilot the robot, he has to fill out a bunch of paperwork. And then they go and to fight the monsters. They go through all this build-up, not showing these monsters, only for them to look like like that. I mean, you know. It's not good.
Oh no!
And then
it's
one guy distracts the monsters by suddenly playing a drum.
That's the only part of the entire episode I liked because I love it when they be breaking out them drums. But
it's stupid.
But I mean, why does this fucking monster look like Laffy Taffy? Like, what the fuck is this
like chewed up and
texture?
spit out Laffy Taffy? Yeah, they just have to use like this weird pukey. Yeah.
This is honestly in the running for the worst monster design I've seen over the last like 4 or 5 years.
It's literally just a blob. It's like it looks like a placeholder texture. It's like
there's nothing menacing
purple.
here.
No.
There's nothing menacing here. It's also in broad daylight as well. Maybe make it at nighttime, like just so you don't have to do this. Like you don't have to just have your pink blob monster. It's also like this issue that you run into with CGI where it's like, I don't know if it's off frame rate or something, or it has more frames or fewer frames or whatever, but it's never like in sync with the rest of the media. It's never in sync with the 2D animation. It's a shit show. It fucking sucks. It's trash. It's a trash like robots fighting monster show. He's even got like a moment where he's like, oh, I don't know if I can pilot this robot to fight this monster. It's like, come on, man. Like, it's fucking 2023. Like,
yeah,
you can't do
like,
this.
The other gimmick is just like there's going to be like bureaucracy. There's going to be like working in company stuff too. Like,
I don't give a fuck about that
very
either.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. I watched I went and did I talk about seeing Evangelion 1.0 or 3.0 plus 1.0 in theaters? Did I talk about this at all?
I possibly, I don't know.
I don't think I did actually. I think I forgot to talk about this on the last episode, but I went and saw that in September. Yeah, okay. It was in theaters, and I wanted to see it on the big screen. First of all, way easier to follow what the fuck is going on the big screen because that movie is presented in like a true anamorphic aspect ratio, so it's pretty narrow. Like it's not a very tall frame. It's like it's easier to follow what's going on there. It's a tactical masterpiece. It looks fucking amazing. It is, again, the third act is like utter nonsense. But god damn it, I feel it. When I watch the movie, I feel what's going on. I don't necessarily understand everything that's going on, but I feel what's going on the entire time. Not related to this necessarily, other than they're robots and monsters, but that stuff, I maintain that the stuff in the survivalist sort of the survivalist shipping container community that Ray or that Asuka is living in is some of the best stuff in the entire Evangelion franchise. That stuff's incredible. But yeah. Anyway, back to this bullshit that nobody will remember next month.
Okay. I don't think I had anything else to say. I think it was dumb. I think it was dumb poopy.
It was dumb poopy, and I didn't
And
like it.
And I didn't like the drum either. Fuck you.
Yeah, I like the drum. You can't stop me from liking my drums, bro.
Where'd you get the drum? All right, fine. Next.
Why do you have to hate on the fact that I like the drum?
Because I don't like it. What do you want me to do about this?
It seems like you're not the audience, actually.
It's not for you. Konyaku, Haki sareta Reijou wo Hirotta ore ga ikenai koto wo Oshiekomu. I'm giving the this disgraced noble lady I rescued a crash course in naughtiness. What? I'm giving the disgraced noble lady I rescued a crash course in naughtiness, I'll spoil her with delicacies and style to make her the happiest woman in the world. Oh.
That makes it more clear, yeah.
Yeah, I understand now. Light novel, 0G. Sugita is in this. Tomozaku Sugita. He's a guy who does ice spells. It's a lady. She gets kicked out of a thing. She ends up in the woods. He's a guy who lives in the woods. He got kicked out of a thing at one point. And this show's about him making her do things and threatening suicide if she does not do them. But in a cool way.
Take notes, kids. Take
Why?
notes.
What is? What like? What is the? What is the detriment to her if he kills himself? It seems like she would just get his house and be able to live there. That doesn't seem like much of a problem.
I think that most people don't want to know that they're responsible for somebody else killing themselves.
Wouldn't really be responsible for it.
I understand, but that's not necessarily an easy leap to make when you're like an 18-year-old girl. I think that it's pretty easy to manipulate.
But if it's like a drop of a hat, like I meet you, it's like, if you don't fucking stay in my house, I'm gonna fucking kill myself right now.
Okay.
Like it'd be a little bit easier.
No. Think about it this way: you're a virginal 18-year-old girl who has been taken under the wing of a very beautiful 20-something-year-old boy. Your entire life up until this point has been abject misery as you've been forced to do basically like Cinderella pre-ball labor. I think that most girls would be like, well, no, I can't let this little cute boy kill himself. He's got black and white hair.
Well, then why doesn't she want to stay with him at first then?
Well, I don't think that that's the same thing. I don't think that... I don't think that not wanting to stay with a guy means that you want them to kill themselves. I'm honestly, again, take notes. This is like, I'm not trying to play the hate here.
I'm not convinced.
All right. Well, here you keep explaining this. I'm going to refresh my beverage one more time.
Okay.
You keep explaining this show that I barely paid attention to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has like a woods cabin, and he rescues her using ice magic, and he's like, well, you could stay here and basically be a maid and clean my shit. And, well, she's like, no, but then he's like, okay, I'll kill myself if you don't. She's like, okay. And then she cleans his place. I thought his place looked better. He has like, it's not even dirty. It's just like he has a bunch of like, eclectic sort of stuff. He has like trinkets and magical semen stuff and books and little knickknacks around. It's not cluttered. I think it looks fine. But then she cleans it and it turns into this like sterile, like kind of empty, very sparkly room. I don't approve of what she did. I don't like the job she did. I wrote in my notes. Counting wood. Okay, so yeah, then she's done cleaning, and he's busy, and then he realizes that she's counting the grains of wood. I don't even know what that means. Like counting the counting like the lines in the wood. I don't know what the fuck she's doing, but she's doing some crazy autistic shit. And he's like, okay, I'm just going to buy you a bunch of candy. because you're scaring me. And then he has her eat a bunch of cake, and she cries because she's not used to cake. And it's sort of I don't know if this is going to turn into a feeder show. It's sort of, I mean, it's giving me obvious, for obvious reasons, it's giving me kind of feeder vibes. He just kind of wants to spoil this lady and give her a bunch of delicious treats. So, is this finally the Architect show? Is this what the architects have been waiting for? Are they finally being represented? Are they finally seeing themselves represented in media? I hope not. I think that's disgusting, and I don't approve of it. It's horrifying. I get the sort of fantasy of like, oh, you take in whatever, and you just fucking spoil them, but it's like, I feel like other shows have done. I mean, there's no other shows where this is the premise, but like, I don't know, this just doesn't really hit hard enough. It just doesn't really do enough to get to fulfill on its premise,
It's not decadent. It's like, okay, you give her a whole bunch of food, but you're still in this like shack, It's like take her somewhere, It's like, if you want to
probably do that,
shit,
but I don't know.
Give it to me early. Why you gotta make me wait? Like, why? Like, show me the height of opulence in the first episode. I don't know.
Yeah, put these electrodes on your nipples.
But yeah, show me what the fuck is the? Hold on, I gotta find the line from Hellraiser. We have such sights to show you. That's not really that exciting. I'm gonna be honest.
That works.
Did you watch any movies this past weekend or no? Is Steven up in fucking Montreal or some bullshit?
I don't know, probably.
Yeah, okay. I didn't watch fucking no horror movies it's been a really depressing Halloween season. I'm gonna have to extend Halloween into November, seriously. Like, I'm gonna keep going. At least the candy will be a lot cheaper. Go to the grocery store, they got a bunch of fucking Reese's pumpkins for $1 or something.
Everyone always says that, but I feel like it's never actually that much cheaper. I don't know. I feel like it's also gone immediately. Like they just ship it to the Dollar General or something. You don't get it at the grocery store anymore.
You gotta go to the Dollar General then, bro.
I probably should just go to the Dollar General and buy a bunch of Reese's pumpkins.
What are you scared of? What are you afraid of?
I'm scared of myself.
Yeah, you're afraid of what you can be.
It's like everyone's.
Yeah. I had some sort of thought. I don't know if it's relevant. Are we done with this one?
I was. You didn't. You weren't a fan. I can take it.
Yeah, it's boring. It's boring. I'm an adult man. It's like I just want to see. I want to see this princess girl experience true delights. So I don't want her to just be like, oh, don't you? I can't possibly eat all of this cake.
Yeah, eat 20 pieces of cake, bitch.
It's not fun. I've never in my life I want to eat 20 pieces of cake. It's not remotely pleasurable.
They don't have a fridge.
Really.
Yeah, they live in the woods. What are you gonna do? Okay.
How did people treat their wives? Well, first of all, when was treating your wife even like a concept? Like when did treating your wife come about as like an idea? Which you should do. Well, you should do, by the way, because treating the people in your life is really awesome. It's so fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably, if you're talking about like post Renaissance, like Europe, if you were like upper class, you're like taking her to a play probably, or an opera, right? Dressing
so she
up.
Doesn't have to sit around the fucking house like fucking like knitting all day. It's like you get her out to like do some bullshit.
Yeah, you take it to a show that's been around forever. If you're like a farmer, I don't even fucking know. You're probably just buying her something that makes her life easier, like some kind of fucking machine or a cow, pig. You buy
yeah,
her
Denver-
you play a really funny joke is you buy a pig and then you're like, hey, I got you a mirror.
Oh, that's good. You're the
I
mother of your
fucking
children.
and get you some pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just some wife
Your
sniz.
yeah, your third wife after your two previous wives have died. You're like, I'm just gonna start clowning on these bitches
Yeah.
because then you have a choice.
I'm
This,
just
this 20-year-old.
gonna start playing jokes on my wife. She's gonna get the consumption anyways. I don't even care.
I'm 65 years old. I might as well clown on this 20-year-old bitch. All of our offspring are gonna be consumed by the devil anyway. So like, they're gonna be Satan's offspring. What the hell was I gonna say? Treat the people in your life. That always feels good.
Thanks for that's nice.
It does, but doesn't it though? I don't know. Like it's like you do something nice. It feels good as fuck.
Okay, just a little PSA there. That's good. All right, let's do the last show.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's watch. Let's talk about 16-bit sensation. Another layer.
Some places it's called Another Layer. This is a manga by a few people, including the World God Only Knows guy, Studio Silver. I heard people talking about this one. It's time traveling back to pre-Otaku Akiba, just like it's Steins Gate. So yeah, it's set in 1992 after a short, stint in modern times. Our main character, I forget her name, but she's a very fashionable gal. I love her hair. She's got the under hair, like different color thing. She's got a fang. I like the clothes she wears. She's great. I like her a lot. She's a low-level illustrator at a shitty game company that makes like budget gal games, budget bishoujo games. And she rides the subway and she hits like on every anime girl she sees. So she is just like me. She's just like me. And then she finds a magical games shop that sells Canon, and an old lady sends her back in time. And we meet
this was odd. I thought that this was odd. It's like Canon is the reference point. Canon, what was from 03? 01?
No, 99, she said.
99.
The anime was like...
But you sent her back to well before then?
No. The game she opens to go back in time was a different game, not Canon.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, like just put other stuff from around that era there. I don't know why it has to be like, oh, you like old games from this wide stretch of this period of time. I'm going to send you to like way earlier. Just kind of weird.
Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be like the beginning of that, because she's probably going to like help start it, or be a part of its beginnings, right?
I guess, yeah.
So yeah, we meet our 1992 quirky game dev team working on old ass computers. And she's back. She's traveled back. She's in 1992. She can save Japan from an economic disaster that will last, that it possibly never truly recovered from. But instead she's gonna make a game with cute girls, and I respect that.
This is another one of those shows where it really allows you to let your mind go other places.
I like
where
this
you think
one.
about you think about going back to 1992. You're like, okay, the Devils win the Stanley Cup in '95.
That's the most important. Yeah.
The Bills got at least 2 more Super Bowl losses in front of them. It's like you're like, okay, yeah, just take the NFC for the next few Super Bowls.
Yeah, I mean you're taking care of money wise. You got to figure out like, what do I stop? What do I make happen?
There's an episode of
awesome
Star Trek: The Next Generation. You have to influence the world as little as possible, because once you start that butterfly effect going, it's really gonna fuck up your prop bets and things like that. So like,
Well, you gotta get really, really rich first before you start affecting things.
well, no, the thing is that you have to you need to reach a level where you accept the wealth that you've attained before you're allowed to start influencing the world. And it's like, okay, got to make a lot of money before 9/11, and I think I could probably make 9/11 not happen. I'm going to make the decision to not let 9/11 happen, but I'm also going to be super wealthy. So I'm invested in Apple by that point. Like Apple stock, it's like, okay, Bills lose in 90, 91, 92, 93. Okay. Um and then let's see. Brett Favre in the pack win. Then they lose the next one, the greatest show on turf in 1999. It's like this is a lot of money. You can make a lot of money off of that.
Yep, go stop myself from being born. That's good. Okay, get that squared away.
Yeah.
Yep. Just make sure that never happens.
Yeah, yeah. You got to make sure the Judgment Day doesn't happen too. That's important. You got to make sure that you stop that damn police officer from finding John Connor.
Try to make Y2K happen. See if you can make it. See if you can make it happen.
I learned recently that some family friends of mine were very invested in Y2K. They were of the belief that Y2K was going to happen, so they got a bunch of like prepper shit, like proto prepper shit, where they would get like huge tubs of food and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like convinced it was going to happen. It's like there's still like a very large, like if you just think like maybe the power grid and like all communication networks will be down for some amount of time. Like that's not the craziest thing to be just like we have like a few weeks of food and water. Like that's not.
Well, isn't it 2048? Isn't it like
the Unix problem? That's 2036, 2038, 2038, I think. Yeah.
Let's see.
A bunch of weird shit will happen, but not like on a scale.
2038 problem. Time formatting bug. I'm sure they'll get it figured out by then. But like, it's like.
Yeah, I mean, anything that will be affected by that will be so old that like, it probably will be out of service.
It's only going to be our nuclear launch systems. That's all.
Maybe like the financial market, like the like a bunch of like Wall Street stuff is literally built on technology from the 30s, so that could be bad. But other than that, it's probably fine.
Well, nothing bad happened in the 30s, so I don't have anything to worry about. Oh man.
That's the only thing I can think of where that's like using computer systems that would be like older than before then they cared about the 2038 problem, like whatever, the 2000s and 90s. I don't know.
What do you think about them just having like named shows in this show? Or named, games in this show? Like what do you think about this? You like it?
I think it's cool, yeah, because otherwise you're making up you're having like, oh, look, a copy of Banon. And it's like a girl that looks like the Canon girl. It's like, you got to do that. I like that they just have.
We should just watch Canon.
Oh man,
just watch it.
Oh, it's like 26 episodes. I mean, people.
We should do it.
I don't know if people talk about the anime adaptation of Canon very positively. I don't even know if that's considered to be a good.
You talk about the rest of this.
Air and Canon. Like I think like Clannad is really the one that like actually kind of nailed it, but like
Kiwani got it figured out before they stopped them.
Yeah.
Before some monster had to stop them from cooking. They're like, this studio's cooking way too hard.
Were there any other key visual novel adaptations? Yeah, I mean, boy, just the art. I bet it's like animated well and it's like looks really nice, but just the character design is so fucked.
They're very wide.
It's fucked up. It's just wrong.
Well, hold on. First season of Canon, only 13 episodes.
Yeah, but there's more than one season. It doesn't sound like it's going to end. It's not like it's going to be a self-contained story. It's, they adapted the whole thing.
Let me do a little bit of research into this, and we'll figure out if we can just watch just the one.
You can at least get a feel for it. Man, Air looks even more fucked up, maybe. But it doesn't quite have the it looks a little bit more primitive. They didn't really nail looks more like weird digital Early 2000s. I think Air came first.
There are 2 adaptations of Canon. There's the Kiwani one, and then there's one from Toei in the even earlier aughts, if you can believe it. I don't know. What are we doing after this season anyway? We might as well fucking watch a 26 episode long thing. I don't think that it has to be Canon necessarily, but we should probably watch something that's 26 eps. I could do it. I'm in a place where I can do it.
Oh, but then we should probably finish Razifan. That would be my vote.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Yeah, we could do that. We could finish Razifan, yeah.
There's more than one anime. The first Canon anime. Oh yeah, Toei animation. Oh yeah, that Toei one looks.
Do we still have
basic.
a season of? Do we still have a season of Railgun?
Not Railgun, Index. We have the second half of season 3 of Index.
Yeah, I guess we could do that. We should do the 2023 cleanup, where we just finish out the shit that like
spring
nobody's
cleaning,
been waiting for.
Fall edition.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna be entering a slow period, so we could do that.
We're hibernating, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hibernation. Let's just clean up some bullshit that nobody gives a fuck about, so we can move on to 2024 with a clean slate, so we can watch Canon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or anyway, by the way, Tyler, who I told that you and I are quote unquote catching up right now, it says hi. So that's
oh, okay.
Anyway, 16-bit sensation, another layer. Girl got sent back in time. This didn't do much for me, really. I was unmoved. I don't give. Being sent back to 1992 sounds cool. She's gonna do the wrong thing with it though, so I'm not that interested.
Well, no, it's just gonna be an excuse to have a show set then, but you have to have a character with a modern perspective, right, to be relatable.
Why?
I don't know, because otherwise, I don't know. But I like the idea.
That's something that's been bothering me this season. It's like I get a lot of why. It's like, why does everything have to have this framing device? Why does everything have to be an isekai? Like, just let fucking motherfuckers be at their place and time. Why does everybody have to, like, I'm gonna go into a VRMMO RPG where I'm the guy who has the skills in archery and cooking, which suck? It's like, well, how about you're just a guy who's in a world where archery and cooking are worthless skills? Why the fuck do you have to be a goddamn real motherfucker working at a gas station? Like why is that relevant? Why do I have to deal with this? Why are you bagging me down with all this fucking, extraneous fucking character information? It gets thrown out immediately. I'm old, damn it. My bones fucking
This isn't
creak.
gonna get thrown out. She's gonna have all this. She's gonna have all this knowledge. She's gonna make the game so good that they make. She's gonna draw stuff. They're gonna be like, holy shit, this shit is so good.
But she doesn't even have like the important information about fucking whether or not Brett Favre wins 3 fucking MVPs in a row, right? She doesn't know the greatest show on turf. She doesn't. She needs to save
Abe.
Unbelievable. Nobody can save Abe. He can't save him from himself. There's no. He had. It's a fucking canon event that Abe gets fucking assassinated. That guy built a shotgun in his basement. That. Honestly, the guy
that is dedication. Yeah,
he really.
That's one of the tougher ones to avoid. Like saving JFK, honestly, easy. It's just like having him duck, a little bit.
Oh God! Put the canopy up. Raise the roof.
This young man gave me this piece of 1/4-inch steel to hold up to the people of Texas. I'm gonna do it for him. Ding!
Apparently, this is the thing here.
It's a local custom. What a bunch of fucking weirdos.
That would be really upsetting. Can you imagine how upset that FBI agent would be? If he
What the fuck?
Son of a bitch. I went through all the trouble of trapping Lee Harvey Oswald in this closet while I got this Caracano rifle and all the ammo for it, by the way. Italian rifle. Not easy to get the ammo imported. Like that's not
back then you could get any ammo. It was a cent. It was like it was a big box, but you scoop it up.
Call into
Yeah.
the Sears catalog. They'll ship it to your the Abercrombie catalog.
You go to the corner store and you flick them a nickel, and you're like, I'll take this pallet of this obscure bolt action Italian fucking Mauser ammo or whatever.
Here's a genuine question. This is not like a bait, sort of like I'm putting you on the spot, like I'm tricking you into saying some stuff that's controversial in the middle of nowhere when your guard is down, manipulating you, getting you into a compromising situation. No, it's not anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Why come? Why come?
Why come they putting symbols on the money?
Why come? They not be doing mass shootings when it was that easy to get an automatic weapon? Why come they not be just going and buying a Tommy gun and shooting up their fucking high school, shooting up the local soda fountain?
Because they weren't.
Like, why?
Because they weren't like fully derealized from the world and the people around them. They weren't like completely dissociated in every aspect of their life. They got like punched and like the things around them they considered like like real.
They mean that they weren't like terminally online and they weren't just like receiving sensory input all the time, constantly, all day, every day, and like they didn't understand like stimuli. They couldn't they were able to distinguish between like stimuli that was meaningful and unmeaningful. They had relationships with the people around them and shit like that.
Yeah, basically. And they had like, they had like people they talked to, and their lives were managed by some people that weren't like menopausal, like nannies who micromanaged everything that they did and talked down to them, and it was
so
just
what you're
like
saying is that
they
the
weren't
HR
under
is
constant
responsible for mass
surveillance.
shootings.
Yes.
I
And
don't
school
think that's
counselors.
a stretch. I don't think that there's anybody that in the world that thinks that's a stretch. I think there's one subset of people with a lot of power that think that that's a stretch, really. It's like there's one group of people in the world that manage to fucking weasel their way into every fucking facet of every part of human life
Yeah.
and convince people that it's important for them to be there. Because they're like, oh, you make the people around you at work feel bad. It's like, well, I don't want to make the people around me at work feel bad. So I have to defer to you for every single fucking thing that occurs in my life. Like I have to be like, oh,
Yeah. I have to walk on eggshells around everybody, everywhere.
yeah, crunch me into your thumb. Just fucking put my balls in a vice. Me saying one thing that's out of line anywhere in my existence could destroy could destroy my entire life, my entire equilibrium. So,
Well, while we're talking about this, I always think about the Vegas shooter, and people are like, "Doesn't make any sense. What was the motive?" And it's like he like spent all his time in Vegas casinos. He saw nothing but the sloppiest, fucking most garbage people at their lowest. That was all he saw his entire life. Of course, you'd want to fucking kill everybody, dude. Oh my god, you don't want to spend more than 24 hours in Vegas, let alone like all the time. Holy shit.
it's hedonism.
Brutal.
Like that's the most hedonistic area of the country, other than Reno. It's like that's the whole idea is that you go there, you get your yayas out, and you go home.
Yeah, well, it's like a combination of just being like really trashy and also like being like a touristy, where you just like don't care and you're just like, I'll fucking wear fucking flip flops everywhere and I'll just shout at people. I don't care.
That dude did crazy numbers. They really hooked. Why did they hook him up with the good gear? What was it that the FBI saw in him where they're like, we got to hook this guy up with the fucking real hitter shit. Let's give him a bump stock.
I mean, everybody had bump stocks. They were legal then.
I know. I'm making a goof. Now I'm on a list. Thanks for putting me on a list for not acknowledging the fact that I was joking.
Oops. Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
It's a comedy. It's a comedy podcast.
We should go back to 1992 and start a podcast. People would be like, "What the fuck is this?" Just release
At
it
that
on
point,
Usenet.
you're just doing a radio show.
Mhm.
You really, if you were the first person to release MP3 radio shows, you could be a gajillionaire. It doesn't matter what the quality was. There was an audience. You know, there was
Yeah.
like, man. If you could go back in time and reinsert yourself into any period of the internet, what would it be? You get to live out the rest of your natural life from that point forward.
I mean, I've heard amazing things about like late 80s Usenet. That sounds like shit.
So when was it even possible to get home internet connections for like consumer?
That started in 92? When was AOL? It's like September of 90.
How do you even look for this? Internet access. Let's see.
93. 93. Yeah, AOL.
93. Okay.
AOL made their made internet available to like, you know, non-college campus people, you know, shit like that.
That's a bag fumble. How did they manage to how the fuck are you the person that, you know, you're the group of people that made the internet available to home users, and yet you're also not relevant now in 2023?
Oh yeah,
that's
done.
That's a bag fumble.
That's rough.
Like really.
Yeah. Well,
rough,
I
buddy.
guess I mean AOL was it was over phone lines. It was like dial-up, right? It must have been. So I mean, it makes sense that, you know, cable companies already have cable in everyone's house. So
Buy them.
Makes sense that they would
buy the cable companies. Go buy, just it's the .com bubble. Buy them all.
I doubt they could have. That does not seem possible, but yeah, I don't know. It definitely fucked up somehow, because I don't even know what AOL is doing now.
Still around technically.
Oh yeah, bought by
Yahoo in 2021. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I mean, how low can you fall to where you're getting fucking bought by Yahoo? Holy shit, dog. Jesus. Okay, let's see. Yahoo owns AOL, Autoblog, Engadget, TechCrunch, and Built by Girls. Holy, they sold Flickr.
They sold Tumblr, didn't they?
They did. They sold it to Automatic.
They fucking squandered Tumblr. They bought it for how many $1 billion did they buy Tumblr for?
Let's see.
$4.8 billion for a bunch of stuff, including Tumblr, I think. They sold Tumblr for, I think, $3 million.
They stopped letting Tumblr put out porn. That was part of it. Yeah, we're gonna give up on porn on Tumblr. It's like, are you fucking joking? Like that's what you bought it for. You bought it because it was the best porn platform. People that wanted to jerk off to Five Nights at Freddy's.
On its face, that probably made sense, because they were like, okay, we did an analysis. The porn's only like, you know, maybe 2-3% of the content. And if we get rid of it, we can run like infinitely more ads. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
the thing is that 2-3% was the majority of the
2 to 3%. Yeah.
Honestly, that was the lifeblood.
I wonder if that included like erotica, because that's what the ladies were on there for, like written porno. I don't know if that was included under their ban.
Erotica is written pornography?
Yeah, because, you know, Tumblr was for girls, and girls just read their porn. They don't look at it. They read the fan fictions. They read the text stuff.
How did I go out on this episode with a bit of a tangent here? I remember the Wild West of applications for iPod Touches in like 2010. Was that the iPod Touch era? Let's see. Hold on.
Probably, yeah.
Let's see. iPod
I mean,
Touch.
is that just like an extension of like early iPhone? Like you have the lighter on the touch screen, and you can shoot a gun. You can pop
iPod
bubbles,
Touch.
stuff like that.
Okay, let's see. iPod Touch was introduced in 2007. Yeah, basically when iOS was introduced.
Yeah.
They had iOS applications. I remember the Wild West, and it was like, okay, here's the application that was like you could get free books on here, and that was the thing. It was like, this is the free e-reader platform, and like I would open it up one day, and it's like, hey, I could download every single fucking Harry Potter book onto my phone for free, because people just put the transcript, or like they put the e-reader version onto this application. Just go ahead and download it. And then the next, a couple months later, I searched Harry Potter, and it was all Harry Potter erotica that people put up there. And I was reading it, and I'm like, hey,
wait a second.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Another one of those is there was a point in time where I was obsessed with flags. I was obsessed with the world, and I was obsessed with world flags. I thought they were interesting. And I had an application that was like, there was just like, here are all of the flags of the world. This was the
come in handy if you get kidnapped and you wake up somewhere,
And I was I was just like hanging out with a girl in the hallway after school one day, and I had my iPod Touch, and I was like, I want to look at all the flags of the world, and I brought it up, and we were having a conversation, and then I looked down at my phone, and somehow it had changed from an application that showed you flags of the world to an application that was like girls from all over the world would upload naked photos of themselves to that platform. And
wait,
you
would download this?
The application was already on my phone, so it's just been updating. I hadn't looked at it in fucking like 6 months,
Oh, the flag one like got updated to that?
Oh yes.
Oh my!
I know, it's bizarre. It is bizarre. I remember exactly
nuts.
where I was. The music hallway, which was like the macking hallway. If you wanted to make out with a girl, you go to the music hallway. And I was not trying to mack on this girl, who actually has since died. By the way.
No. I didn't know you made out with a girl who died.
Didn't make out with her. Tried to. Did not happen. She has since died, mercifully, for me. And that's not funny, but
No.
I remember looking down at my phone. She was not looking at looking down at my iPod Touch. She was not paying attention to that, mercifully. But I looked down and I'm like, what the fuck? It's a bunch of nude photos of ladies. So I scrambled to mash.
Why did you have it
as hard
open?
as I could. Because I wanted to look at images of flags while I was talking to this girl. I know it sounds insane, but when you're fucking when you're 13, it makes a lot of sense. We're like, I want to look at flags. I want to try to memorize all the flags of the world. And then here's this application that is turned into a pornography platform. I know this sounds insane and like it never happened, but this totally fucking happened.
Yeah, that's not only a fever dream, but that's like I didn't know you had that level of autism in you. I'm honestly I'm honestly impressed.
Why? Why are you fucking doubting my cred?
Well, that's so much beyond that's so far beyond anything you've ever told me you've done. Is that like mid conversation you're like, I have to look at flags? That's like actually diagnosed. Like that's crazy, dude. That's like actual autistic shit.
I wasn't trying to smash. This wasn't a girl I was interested in.
But like,
I knew she was gonna die anyway, so I knew it was fucking worth it. Wait. Why are you the least bit surprised? Why do you have to doubt my fucking autistic cred here?
What is anything you've done that's even close to that?
I'm talking about how I was watching videos on how to do sex good when I was 12.
Everybody does that. That's totally normal.
No, I had Riz-based autism, but I also for a while had this unfettered sort of like, this kind of autism was not focused and honed into specifically being the most fuckable guy on the planet. I just harnessed it. I just realized exactly what I had to do to use this to my advantage. It's not really that different from having the thing on your phone that was like the lighter thing. It's not that different.
No, because that's like jingle keys. That's a distraction. You were like, I don't know. I feel like it's. I still feel like it's different. No,
it's the same kind of.
It's definitely not.
It's the same. Well, the flag of really. Are you gonna come up? You're gonna claim that me looking at a flag application? We were waiting for other people to show up. We weren't even that much of friends. It was like, oh,
it's
hey.
just like you're studying them.
I don't know if I was studying them or not. That was my excuse for why I was bringing up the flag application.
Enjoying the colors.
Yeah, it's a lot of stimuli.
they don't even move.
You ever look at the Libyan flag? You're like, damn. It's like, damn, that shit's green as fuck.
You're not convincing me now. This is bonkers.
All right, well, we'll do a retrospective on this on the next episode. I think I've fucking pulled back the kimono too much. I feel like I'm being judged. I thought this was a safe place.
I'm not judging. I'm evaluating. Anyways, we need a song to go out on. I don't.
Look up the fucking I got it. Hold on.
Oh, does he have it?
I mean, this is I remember the exact flag I was trying to look at the time. So here.
That's.
It's traumatic.
Oh,
it was a traumatic experience.
Oh, okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this very spooky night. Actually, it hasn't been spooky for 4 minutes, but for you it is. Central Time. Oh. It was muted. Okay. How spooky is it going to be? Hello? Oh, there it is.
Come here.
Okay, bye.